here. Y'all got a real one in here now. Hey, you got a real one in here now. You got a real one in here. Y'all got a real one in here now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get to it, fight fans. It's a weeknight for crying out loud. What's up, man? What's going down, family? What's up with everybody out there, man? It is the homie. Mainman Mademan is in the building. Oh, yeah. Back on deck, fight fans. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Salute, 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 man. Once again, it's on, fight fans. Once again, it is an honor and a pleasure. I repeat, an honor and a pleasure to come on through to rock out with the boxing fans and the boxing fam. Oh, yeah. Thursday. You know what that means. Our time now, man. What up, fight fans? What up, what up, what up, man? I want to give a major salute to everyone that catches this live. And I definitely want to give a major salute to everyone that catches this on a playback. I want to say thumbs up as y'all pull up. You already know, fight fans. Hit that thumbs up as y'all pull up. Already know. Salute, salute, salute. What's up, man? Man, it feels good to sit on back here on YouTube and talk some of the good sport, fight fans. And the most beautiful thing about getting up here this week to talk this thing is the fact that we're not going to be talking about too much, I guess not too much speculation. All right, can we just toss that word out the window, dog? I'm so sick and tired of hearing the word speculation. I'm so sick and tired of y'all speculating. But it seems as if the boxing news that we got coming out this week, maybe some definites, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Of course, when it comes to Canelo Alvarez, it's like catching a freaking unicorn, fight fans. Good luck with that shit. We don't know what he want to do. We don't know if it's going to, we still, even with all of the stuff that's out here, man, but we still don't know if it's going to be David. We still don't know if it's going to be Charlo. Starting to think that Terrence Crawford might got a better shot. Starting to think that a little bit, just a little bit. But could be Terrence Crawford, right? Earl Spence, could be Tim Tszyu, you know what I'm saying? But most people don't believe it's going to be David. And that's all that really matters. Nothing else really matters. Ain't that right, fight fans? We don't give a damn if it's the man in the moon. If it ain't David, it ain't right. If it ain't David, it ain't cool. And with the news that's just been dropped out by Michael Benson, bruh, Canelo is looking more and more like catchweight Canelo the coward. I'm just saying, Canelo fans. Catchweight Canelo the coward. Say that shit fast 3 times. That's what it's starting to seem like to me. I mean, he's getting offers which we don't understand or will be able to understand as to why he's refusing, fight fans. He wants $50 million, word on the curb, the money in the bag. There is no excuse. This is going to be very, very entertaining to see how Canelo pivots in this moment. I am dying to see it. The WBC, we covered this last week, they're providing off-ramps if needed, telling David that he's going to have to defend his interim championships and all of this other jazz. And that's clearly what he's doing. He's just making the best and right decision. But this is all because Canelo Alvarez is hesitant, fight fan. Always hesitant. So I don't understand what's really good. Salute to the homie June Sports that's up in here. June Sports, salute to your champ. Man, much love. Ascended Awakening is up in this thing. What's up with you, man? I want to give a major salute and shout out to the homie Navi, Talk Yours Something Radio. Sending me some real cool graphics, man, behind the scenes. Navi, thanks, man, for that, bro. I got that in my inbox, man. You are amazing. I will be using some of those avatars for some of the things that we do on the show. When I go back over there on StreamYard, which I'll be going back to StreamYard this week for some of the shows, you know what I'm saying, where we put the comments on the screen and all of that. When I go back over there sometime this week, I'll be definitely probably using one of your avatars that you hooked up for the homie. I want to say thank you very much. And I also probably use one of them for one of the banners here on the channel, man. Salute to the homie Navi, man, for looking out, man. That's what I love when the fam contributes to the channel. I'm always down to use y'all work. You know what I'm saying? If any of y'all hit me up, yo, man, I got some cool beats that are copyright free that you might want to play on the channel. I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, I got some cool graphics I done cooked up. You know, you might want to check this out. Just kind of use it and just do it for the love. Man, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I'll shout you out. I'll thank you. You know what I mean? And the whole nine. So my man Navi, salute to you, homie. I would definitely be using some of the graphics that you sent me, and I really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to it, fight fans. I see folks rolling on in. Hit that thumbs up as y'all pull on up in this joint. Now y'all know how we do here on We Talking Boxing Live. We start off real kind of light, and then we get heavy as the show kind of progress. Maybe towards the end of the show, I will be opening up the phone lines if anybody want to call in and just say, yo, man, this is where you're going wrong, or man, this is where you're going right. Feel free to hit the homie up, man, and I'll have those phone lines open real shortly. You know what I'm saying? So everybody hit that thumbs up for the homie. So let's get to some of this boxing news, man. Let's see what's been going on, right? Let's see what's been going on. I ain't been on all week. This is my first stream since last Sunday. I haven't even really dropped many videos this week other than that Boots Ennis one. Hey, salute the Boots Ennis, man. Salute the Boots Ennis on that Cody Crowley fight, man. I think we did talk about it a little bit last week, but if we didn't, salute the Boots Ennis for grabbing that fight, bro. I think if he locks that fight down, I really like the Boots Ennis and Cody Crowley fight. Once again, this is a yeah, we did talk about this. This is a fight that can start the reigning of Gervonta Boots Ennis. You feel me? Everybody wants to see him jump all of these steps. No, man. Sometimes you just got to go according to the natural order of things. And if Cody Crowley gonna be the guy that presents himself in the natural order of things, then let it be. You know what I mean? It ain't got to be for a gazillion dollars. It may be a fight that most see that Boots Ennis is going to win. But at the end of the day, it's a good step. And Cody Crowley is a worthy opponent. You know what I'm saying? It's not like this dude just came out of nowhere. Got some good wins under his belt. I'm dying to see Gervonta Boots Ennis in there, hopefully getting that stoppage, because that way he can keep that momentum flowing the way it's flowing right now. So I'm hoping that Gervonta Ennis go in there and get that stoppage versus Cody Crowley, which I think that he should, given the styles of Cody Crowley. Cody Crowley is going to be right there, not hard to find, standing right there in front of Gervonta Boots Ennis. So I think that Gervonta Boots Ennis need to go in there and get the job did. You know what I'm saying? Go in there and get the job did. So I'm really looking forward to that fight right there. I like that fight for Gervonta Boots Ennis, and I'm glad that he got certainty more than anything going forward. You know, we talked about it. We know everybody wanted the Terrence Crawford thing, or know everybody wanted the other, you know, Keith Thurman thing, but we know ain't nobody going to pay for it. We know that Gervonta Ennis got legal issues that he got to work out. And to, you know, before anybody of that caliber or that level step into the ring with Gervonta Ennis, Slim, he gonna have to at least get his legal stuff together. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, PBC probably can't even go near him. PBC technically probably can't even sign him. You know, maybe this is one of the main reasons that they haven't signed him in so long. Remember, he was not only promoted by Cameron Duncan, but he was also managed by Cameron Duncan. Now he's suing that same outfit because Cameron Duncan's wife is running the company now, and he claims that they basically don't know shit about boxing. Like, she's never done anything far as boxing related, and he don't want to have his career stalled because he got someone with not enough experience kind of guiding his career. Plus he was promised a certain amount of fights that he has not been getting. Now, I did wonder initially when I heard that legal stuff, would it had included Showtime, because technically Showtime was the ones responsible for putting the dates up, not the management. The management company can say, hey, yeah, we want you to fight and we can line up a fight for this date, but if the broadcaster whom Gervonta Ennis was exclusively signed to in Showtime, if they didn't have the dates for him, how much of this emphasizes Showtime? You just got to wonder those things, you know what I'm saying? But we're not going to get much into the weed on that shit, man. At the end of the day, you know, he's got to get that situation corrected in order for him to properly move forward. If a big outfit is going to get next to him, I see Eddie Hearn out here saying that, yo, I want to sign him. PBC may look at him and say, yeah, we'd love to have him as an official PBC member, not as some stepchild, you know what I'm saying? Not as some, hey, yo, we'll throw you Luis Collazo, we'll throw you Jotacito Lopez, we'll throw you, not that guy. I mean the guy that gets the big fights, like Gervonta Stanionis is getting. The same way that Gervonta Stanionis is getting fight fans. The reason that Gervonta Stanionis gets it is because he actually is an official PBC guy. And so that's the thing, you know, in order for Jaron Ennis to kind of have those majors, if you will, come around and be able to kind of, you know, do business with him, he got to kind of get his house in order. So I know everybody want him to go, you know, go gadget and shit. But at the end of the day, he has to get his house in order for him to be, you know, accepted by the big league. And that's just where it is. I think he eventually will. You know, it's gonna clear itself up. Just a matter of time. Thank goodness, you know what I'm saying? Just a matter of time. And I hope he do, man, because I want to see Jaron Ennis go forward and rule at 147 the right way. Even if he don't get the big names, at the very least, he can put his flag down and say that this is my damn division. And who got something to say about it? Gary Antoine Russell, you got something to say about it? I don't think that Jaron Boots Ennis want Gary Antoine Russell to say anything. I don't think that none of them want Gary Antoine Russell to say anything. I don't think Devin does. I don't think Tank does. I don't think Frank does. I don't think Shakur does. I don't think any of them does. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. I don't think any of them got nothing to say about Gary Antoine Russell. Let's say y'all. The biggest boogeyman in boxing. Say that fast 3 times. The biggest boogeyman in boxing. Ain't no Sabril Mateus. Sabril Mateus ran the greener pastures. It's Gary Antoine Russell. The man who definitely nobody will say his name. You can't find an article. You can dig. You can dig. I don't give a damn what reporter you follow. You won't see them quoting Gary Antoine Russell because they scared of the response, and you won't see your favorite fighter doing it. I just wish Gary Antoine Russell would get more aggressive in his stance so I can get on board. We can take this thing to the highest heights of the sport. See, everybody that we've kind of got boiling hot off the channel, fight fans, they participated. If it was Deontay Wilder, he was talking that talk. If it was Keith Thurman at once upon a time, he was talking that talk. Terrence Crawford, talking that talk, walking that walk. Gary Antoine Russell, man, every time I get an interview with my man, he's too nice. He's so nice. And I get it. He's respectable. He's a respectable fighter, and he believes in like a warrior code. That's how that whole family is. But I honestly wish, then again, he can adopt some of his older brother's attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see Gary Antoine, man, just devouring shit, calling people out by name. That's what I want to see, bro. That's what the whole boxing public want to see, Gary Antoine. I get it. PBC may not want you hunting down Tank. And that may get you in a lot of hot water. I totally understand. He's so freaking protected. Totally understand that. But at the end of the day, homie, you got to stop being so nice in these interviews. You have to call these boys out by name. I get it, man. The respectable route is just not what boxing 2024 is, man. You have to get funky with these dudes, bro. You got to get funky with these dudes. So hopefully Gary Antoine Russell does, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully he does. So let's talk some boxing news, man. Let's get this thingamajig. Oh, one more little small fried thing. It ain't really a small fried thing. I see Jack Catterall and Josh Taylor, man. They getting ready to gear up for their fight. My only question about that though is like, what's up with Josh? Like, is Josh a 40-pounder or is he a 47-pounder, bro? Which one? What is Josh Taylor? Because I think Josh is stuck in no man's land. Man, what is no man's land? No man's land is, bro, you too small to move up to 47, but you too big to be at 40. So what do you do? What do you do? Josh is technically ranked at 147 at the WBO. He's ranked at 147, right? Last time we checked. Salute the La D. La sister queen. I see ya. Salute the La D out there in the comments, man. Salute to your family. Salute. Hope all is well, La. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Yeah, I'm looking at it right here, fight fans. Yep, absolutely. Josh Taylor rated number 4 in the WBO at 147. So this is the deal, man. Like Josh, he got this. I'm glad he kind of doing this Jack Catterall thing. But, you know, Catterall is a 40-pounder. Catterall is a 40-pounder. So it's like, you know, it's like, bro, like are you going to compete at 47 or are you going to compete at 40? And so, I mean, the good thing is I'm glad that they wrapping this up. Hopefully, Josh goes in there and get the win. I thought Josh won the first fight. I know it was real close. I know he started putting out towards the end. I know a lot of folks think that Jack Catterall pulled that fight out. I think that Josh won that first fight, and I think he's going to win the second fight. Well, then again, no, I take that back. I can't say for sure he wins the second fight. Reason being, I think his weight is all out of flux. That's why he looked the way he looked against Teo. That's why he looked so bad against Teo. And I don't even see Josh. Josh ain't even down here at 40. Oh, he over here. He's still at 42. So he's still rated. He's at 40 and he's at 47. So my deal is, bro, you need to decide where you gonna be at, man, because to me it's hindering Josh Taylor. He got that Mo Hooker thing going. You know what I'm saying? Where Mo Hooker couldn't move up, and when he moved up, he just didn't have enough power to compete with the guys at 147. And to me, he kind of got that going on. So, but I'm hoping that I'm looking forward to their fight. Should I say? I think it's gonna be a good little scrap. You know what I'm saying? I think that honestly, Josh Taylor should get the win. It ain't a guaranteed win. His weight is out of flux. Catterall is coming to bring it. And if Josh get wiped out right here, bro, it's mainly going to be due to the fact of the weight. Of the weight. I think he is a dead man at 140, in my opinion. We'll see, man. So we'll see. So salute to Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall for getting that off the ground, man. That first fight was real controversial, Joe. Very controversial. You know what I mean? I want to see how Josh's career come full circle. I mean, he's a former former undisputed champion, former #1 fighter at 140 pounds. Looked dangerous for many, many years. Like I say, overstayed his welcome at 140, starting to look vulnerable now. So we'll see, man. I think it's a 50-50 fight. I'm going to be fair about it. I'm going to say I think it's a 50-50 fight. Maybe even semi-leaning to Catterall, thinking more about this weight thing. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see, man. We shall see. Let's keep it pushing, fight fans. Let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing. I want to give a major salute to Michael Benson. I'm sorry, I said Michael Benson. To Jake Donovan, you know what I'm saying? Jake Donovan, one of the boxing reporters who we normally trust his reporting. He says he's moving on over there to the Ring magazine, fight fans. Jake Donovan was the premier guy over at Boxing Scene. We know there's a lot of stuff floating around about Boxing Scene behind the scenes. The people are saying that Boxing Scene got sold. I'm hearing Pro Box. Some people saying Pro Box bought it, or one of these outfits then bought it. Don't know. Saying that TBS or whoever once upon a time owned it don't own it no more. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, if this all kind of pans out. But Boxing Scene has become like the premier, like go-to source for everybody. Let's just call it for what it is, for everybody. Whether you are a content creator or whether you just a regular boxing fan. Boxing Scene is the go-to. You know, if you want to verify something, a lot of people won't even report on things unless you see it on Boxing Scene. Totally understand. Boxing Scene has been, when it comes to journalistic integrity, they perhaps has been the best in the game, hands down. They had surpassed the Ring magazine a long time ago. When a lot of people found out, you know, and seeing Oscar buy the Ring magazine, it skewed the view of Ring magazine to a lot of boxing fans, and they saw it as bias. And technically, we all know that boxing news, just news in general, is supposed to be unbiased. Supposed to be, but come on, bro. Even in political news, it ain't unbiased. Either one side is leaning one way or another. Now, in the past, we never really seen that much in boxing media. As like if you read magazines and news articles from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and maybe even the early 90s, you didn't see biasness in their reporting. You just saw them telling you exactly what happened, or telling you exactly what a fighter said, and really little opinion from back in the day. Nowadays, there's a lot of opinion pieces. A lot of this stuff is bought and paid for. Once again, we always talk about this. A lot of this shit is just bought and paid for nowadays. Promoters' money has leaked into these reporters' articles. Promoters' money has even leaked here on YouTube. And now it's all bought and paid for. So it's like now you got to verify your verification, and verify it again, just to make sure before you even speak on it, because you don't know if it's real talk. But that's boxing news. Now, a lot of guys ain't going to do it. A lot of guys just want to be first. You know what I mean? They'll just come out, oh, I seen that. They'll just read the headline in the first paragraph, and next thing you know, they got 3 videos out about it. And you be like, damn, man, they got to make 3 more videos correcting the correction. Like tonight with this David Benavidez stuff. You know what I'm saying? David Benavidez news has already evolved, and it's been less than 24 hours. That's how boxing news work. It comes out drip by drip sometimes. You know what I mean? It changes on the fly. It changes on the whim. To the newer content creators, if you're thinking about doing this or whatnot, it's the word of advice. And if you're covering boxing, give this shit time to breathe. Give it time to breathe, because I'm telling you, bro, this shit changes on the fly, and you don't know. And there was once upon a time, you know, you go back about 3 years ago, I used to talk about this all the time. how the boxing media reporters were going against the boxing content creators. So what they would do purposely, what they would drop something, hoping that everybody jump out there and report on it, only to evolve it before the days even out, making everybody look like a fool. Once upon a time, they were talking bad against us. Yo, those are the guys sitting in their cars and they don't know about the sport, these armchair reporters and so on and so forth, only till you seen them do the exact same thing. All of them started to get YouTube channels. All of them wanted jobs on YouTube channels. Remember when around 2020, when everything was shut down, right? You seen them out here, some of them out here on YouTube, you know, give me a job, begging for a job and shit. You know what I mean? But this was the same place that they used to clown all the time about, oh, why y'all listening to the YouTubers? Now boxing lives on YouTube. Now y'all it can be argued that the boxing fans trust their favorite content creator now more than their favorite reporter. And that's mainly because over time we witnessed and seen all of us ain't dumb, all of us ain't slow, most of us pay attention. And we seen boxing news evolve into one big pay-to-play biased bullcrap. Now, I still think that there's a few good ones left, like Jake Donovan. I think Jake Donovan is a good one. I think I honestly think Dan Rayfield, he gets a bad rap. I think Dan Rayfield is still one of the best, if not the best in the game. You know what I'm saying? But either way it goes, over time, at one time or another, these boxing reporters have shown that their word can be bought and paid for, and you giving way too much opinion in today's stuff. You know what I mean? The opinion is left to us, boxing fans. Not we didn't go to school for 4 or 5 years for journalism. You know what I mean? I didn't go to school for no damn journalism. None of that stuff. That's what y'all did. Y'all have the journalistic integrity. Y'all have to abide by certain codes and rules. Not us. We just boxing fans. We coming to talk our talk. And a lot of times we look to you guys for the scoop. So you have, to me, you have an even bigger obligation now today to get the shit right than you did of yesteryear, because you got folks who come right behind you and repeat exactly what you report. And so you should be held to a much, much higher standard, boxing media. Real spill. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all, a lot of them don't like that, but it is what it is. Y'all not us. We are not the same. YouTubers and journalists or reporters, we are not the same. Any YouTuber calling themselves a reporter or a journalist, no, the hell you ain't. Show me your degree. Can you pass any of the same tests that these real journalists had to pass? Or are you just talking out of your ass, repeating what they say, and then calling yourself a journalist? Which one is it? That's not a journalist. You're an echo chamber. There's a difference. Let's keep it pushing, fight, man. So, you know, salute to Jake Donovan, man. Salute to Jake Donovan. So, you know, it looks like, let's keep going, man. We got some news about Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Look like these boys jumping coast, fight fans. They jumping coast on this, man. Word on the curb, man. Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia gets moved from Las Vegas to the East Coast, and it's now going to be going down at the Barclays Center. At the Barclays Center, fight fans? That is odd as hell. Now, I don't understand how you get there. They're saying that pretty much these dudes agreed, I guess, to a date, but the venue clearly wasn't locked down. You know what I'm saying? And now the new venue is going to be, which we originally thought to be Las Vegas, where all of the big fights, where the major players, where the big boys live. Where the big boys live. That's where Gervonta Tank Davis going to fight at. That's where Canelo going to fight at. That's where Terrence Bud Crawford is going to fight at. The big boys. Meanwhile, Devin and Ryan got to go over to New York. They going into the Brooklyn. They going to the Barclays Center. Not to knock the Barclays Center. The Barclays Center is a very, very nice place. It's just not where the big boys live. He can't fight. I thought Devin, I don't understand this, fight fan. I see Devin Haney videos going a mile a minute every day. Every time I check YouTube, you see a flood of Devin Haney videos everywhere. Is it translating? Is it translating? Because if he can't play where the big boys play, is it translating? Is all of y'all work in vain? Is anyone paying attention? Or are they just showing up like, But is anyone really soaking this shit in? Because you can't play where the big boys play? What's up with that? What's up with that, fight, man? Salute to Muhammad Tola that just pulled on up in here. Salute, salute, salute. What's up with that, bruh? What's up with that? So, I mean, listen, there's even some talk about whether or not this is going to be on pay-per-view. There's a lot going around about that. Listen, if there's even some sort of like debate whether or not it is, some say DAZN. I'm reading a few articles. Some say DAZN is still going to do the pay-per-view. Some say it ain't. Some say it's kind of gauging it and waiting and seeing, you know, what the market is going to respond like, you know, stuff like that. These boys are not the big leagues, man. I guess they not. I'm starting to now believe that Gervonta Davis involved was the guy that was responsible for the 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. It has to be. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a thorough believer. You got to put the two dance partners together, right? You got to put the right dance partners together. You got to have the right build up and so on and so forth. But if Ryan is supposedly a star, and Tank doesn't do this and Tank doesn't do that, if it was, then why is this one looking real janky like compared to what Ryan and Tank did? Riddle me that, fight fan. Now, I seen Gervonta Davis get on his Twitter when he tweeted and deleted something to the effect of, you see the difference. And I do see the difference. I do. I see a lot of people talking. I see a lot of platforms running a mile a minute doing Devin Haney videos every single day, but I'm just asking the question of, is it translating? What is it doing? That goes to show you how Gervonta Davis is the real deal. He didn't need none of that shit. It wasn't no doubts, no maybe. They just did it. And it was a two-sided thing. It was so big where you had two platforms involved, DAZN and Showtime. And, you know, in order for to do a cross promotion, it got to be big. It can't be no weak shit. It can't be no speculation or nothing. It got to be big. And so, yo, he did two platforms in Las Vegas and did 1.2 million pay-per-view buys, 22 million at the gate. Meanwhile, this here is going through changes and doubts. So Gervonta Davis is a star, fight fans. What y'all gonna tell me? Man, he only do 250,000. He only do 300,000. Granted. But the fact still remains, when you put him and Ryan together, they did 1.2. Is this gonna do 1.2? Is this gonna do half of the 1.2? Riddle me that. Are we gonna get 500,000? Can we at least get that with all of the freaking thousands of Devin Haney videos and 5-6 hour live streams that go every day? Can we at least get 500,000? Because if we can't do that, what the hell y'all doing it for? What the hell you doing it for? You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that this translate well, because if they move in venues and they can't play with the big boys play, I'm just saying, man. It's still a great fight, though. All in all, it's still a great fight. We broke this joint down last week. It's still a great fight. You know what I'm saying? Muhammad told her, Ryan has to understand that he will not get the same casino money he got with Tank, because Devin is not Tank from a commercial and crossover standpoint. Facts. Not to mention, he don't have an exciting style. He don't got the exciting style that Gervonta Davis got. Gervonta Davis, he steps on that thing, you know, a knockout coming. You know, it's just a matter of time before that knockout coming. In Devin's case, you know, you're going to get pity-patted to death. That's a lot. And then Ryan and Devin's fight, truth be told, Ryan is going to be the aggressive one. He's going to be the aggressor. I mean, this is the reason that Devin needs all of those videos and stuff to be flying the way they do. This is the reason that he need that, because truth be told, the performance is not going to win over a lot of folks. It's just not. You know what I mean? And they need as much help as they can get. I want to see them do well. I want to see Devin do well versus Ryan Garcia. But showing signs of them moving from Vegas and then they on the East Coast. Neither one of these cats from the East Coast. Devin from what? Oakland, and Ryan's from where? Somewhere out there on the west side. He ain't from the East Coast. Why they bringing it here? This is odd. Just very odd, fight fans. Whose fan base was they expecting to show up at the Barclays? Devin's or Ryan's? Because neither one of them are from out here. Interesting fight fans. Either way, Oscar De La Hoya is reporting this, and he's saying that this is how this is going to go down. And I noticed that Oscar basically took the lead on this, and he's saying that Golden Boy is going to be putting this out. So my guess is that Eddie is going to be more of a silent partner this time around, with Golden Boy pretty much taking that lead. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the homie Rasta, man. There you go. What's up, Rasta? He said, what's happening, man? Salute to the chat. I'm just happy that Tank finished his Mexican tour and fighting someone legit for once. 100. That's your guy, I know. But he damn sure ain't no face to boxing or pound for pound. I never said that Gervonta Davis was the face of boxing. I never said that. I never thought so. I always said that, truth be told, there isn't no face of boxing. And if I had to pick one, I would say it would be still Floyd. You know what I mean? It ain't Canelo. It ain't Canelo. It ain't Earl. It ain't Terrence. If I had to grab one, I would honestly say it's still Floyd. And I heard Floyd in recent interviews. He said, look, man, I'm still a face of boxing. I think I agree with him. You know what I mean? But I will say, as far as the youth is concerned, though, roster, I don't think that nobody gonna argue with it. He's definitely the face of the young boxing fan. Like, if you a young boxing fan, either you love or you hate Tank, and either way, it's still translated to boxing or the box office for him. I can say amongst the youngsters, no one amongst I'd say from ages definitely 30 on down. From 30 on down, Tank is the dude, yo. Devin ain't the dude. Shakur ain't the dude. Tank is the dude. Tank is the dude from 30 on down. And it's just, all he needs is just a few good names to honestly bring over the older folks. A lot of the older folks who ain't for all of the social media stuff, who ain't for all of the speculation and the tweeting and deleting. Like, all he needs is just a couple, I guess, worthy names to kind of soothe that crowd over, and then he'll be well on his way to becoming the face, as long as his numbers stay up and he keep giving those great performances. He may not be there right now, but I can't act like that he ain't putting some pieces together. Because, like I said, when it come to that 30 and under crowd, Slim, no one is the biggest star. He's the biggest star for 30 and under. They should fight in the DMV so Mainman can be front row with Gary Antoine. That's big facts. That is big facts. Man, that'd be crazy, bro. I love to see. Hey, Devin wanted to come here once upon a time, man. Bill Haney got mad at me in the channel. Y'all ain't realized that at the time because we was holding down the DMV. He wanted the DMV, but Mainman was making too much damn noise. And we was putting the Russells out there front and center. They didn't like that very much, fight fans. They didn't like that very much. And I know that for a fact. You know what I'm saying? But either way it goes, the Haneys, man, salute to as long as they, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, as long as they kiss, they got a date. As long as we get in this fight. You know what I mean? If change is going to happen, change is going to happen. It is what it is. But it does speak volumes that Devin and Garcia is not where the big boys play. Everyone knows for the biggest fight in the sport, you going to Vegas. Everyone knows that, man. Everyone, because that's where the money is at. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it pushing, fight. Let's keep it pushing. So this news came out earlier this week from Michael Benson. Michael Benson, who's been dropping a lot of Jews this week, man. Michael Benson came out and dropped this a couple days ago, man. And he says that Al Haymon's PBC is reportedly ready to pay Canelo Alvarez his guaranteed purse, said to be around $35 million, for a fight versus Jaime Munguia on May 4th. But not if he insists on Jamal Charlo. It's claimed that PBC believed that the fight versus Munguia would sell better, according to ESPN. Damn, ESPN be knowing a lot about PBC, don't they, fight fans? Let's talk about this, man. First and foremost, now I know this is probably to the guys who just don't like PBC, those who are anti folks out there who just see everything wrong that the PBC do no matter what. I know they look at this and they say, ha, 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 look at this. They don't have the money to pay Canelo. Look at this. They're going broke. They're going out of business. They're just so terrible for the sport, man. You know who y'all are. You know it's a few of y'all out there. Well, I look at it this way. I say this, man. First and foremost, I think that this was a beautiful move from Premier Boxing Champions. Let's just say that first and foremost. Ain't nobody got time to keep losing money messing around with Canelo Alvarez. He wants $35 to $50 million to face Jamal Charlo. I'm glad that they putting their foot down, fight fan. That fight is going to flop. It's going to flop. It's not worth 35, giving him 35 million. Let him just roll off into the sunset for all that, if you ask me. And ask him who he going to fight. Because at this point, bro, like, losing money on Canelo absolutely makes no sense. And I'm glad that they put this position out here. Most importantly, if you read deeper into this, they saying go and fight Jaime Munguia and we'll give you the money. I think that's a troll. I don't believe that for a second. I think that's a straight up troll. First off, wasn't Canelo Alvarez running around here saying that he's not fighting no other Mexicans? Well, they're holding his feet to the fire right here. Because it really doesn't make no sense to us, right, fight fans? Because Canelo clearly, in his side, had came out a few weeks ago saying that they wanted to negotiate with Jaime Munguia after he says that he wasn't going to face no more Mexicans, only to see him last week come out and say he's going to fight an American. What the hell one is it? What the hell? And so my guess is that PBC is looking at this and they're saying, you know what, bro? We're going to call your bluff. Fight a Mexican. You want your 35 million. Fight. Make sure that we're going to make our money too. We ain't going to just give you money just because you Canelo to go fight Charlo, who clearly ain't ready to fight. And you want top dollar, knowing that the fans are sour on that fight. Make it make sense, Canelo. This is what I be saying, bro. Canelo the con artist. Catch weight Canelo the con artist. Make it make sense. You want 35 million on a flop just because you Canelo. No. Now, PBC, if you're smart, you offer David. Because everyone knows that if PBC is going to offer anybody, it's going to be David. So when I initially heard this, the first thing that popped in my mind is, hold on, how come y'all offering Jaime Munguia, but you're not offering David? What the hell, bro? I was ready to do 1,000 videos going off. But I said, you know what? I'm going to pump my brakes. This don't sound right. This don't even sound like worth doing a video about, because this sounds like it's going to change in 24 hours. You just look at this and just look at this, how this looks. This doesn't even look like something that PBC will be down for. For what? Why would they do this? They would lend Canelo Alvarez back to another network when they fought so hard to lock him down in his current agreement and give him top dollar. They would then share him with another network. And that makes sense to a lot. They wouldn't give that shine to David Benavidez. They would give it to Jaime Munguia. That don't make sense. They signing a new deal with Amazon and they will have to do a split deal with DAZN. Y'all do know that Amazon is an app. It's not like Showtime where they had an actual cable thing. Amazon is an actual app just like DAZN. Who do you think that their competitor will be? Riddle me that. Who do you think that their competitor will be? So they're going to share their top build fighter with their number one competitor. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. So when I look at this, when I first initially seen this, I say they trolling. They calling Canelo's bluff. They letting Canelo be known. And they also probably doing some legal mumbo jumbo like they not offering him a fight. No, they trying to say, look, you're going to have to make this make sense to us, bro. You want 35 million for Jamal Charlo, who didn't look that great against Jose Benavidez with one leg, who never fought at the weight class. He didn't look that great in his last fight, but you want top dollar versus him. But you want to act like David don't exist. So this didn't make sense, bro. It just didn't make sense. So they saying that 35 million for a fight versus Jaime Munguia on May 4th. And people may say, yo, man, oh, well, Mainman, then they can have somebody come and help with, paying for the fight. Come and have somebody paying for the fight. They can pay for Jaime Munguia while they pay. No, bro, because they're going to have to share the profits. They're going to have to share the revenue of this fight. And then you're going to have to ask yourself again, are they going to make their money back? Paying Canelo $35+ million or 35 million guaranteed. Are they going to make that back splitting that with another network? Riddle me that. It's not worth it. It don't make sense. No way you cut it. So I say to myself, man, this is going to have to evolve. This is just going to have to evolve, right, dog? This is going to have to evolve. There's just no way. It's just no way that this makes any sort of sense. So then later on today, this comes out. Michael Benson right back at it as we see. Evolution. Boxing news evolving very, very fast. You know what I'm saying? David Benavidez's promoter, Samson Lekowicz, has declared that Al Heyman's PBC has now offered Canelo Alvarez a guaranteed purse of $55 million to fight Benavidez next, who will be moving up to light heavyweight to fight Oleksandr Vosnik instead if he turns it down. So now this news has evolved to, because Samson Lekowicz told us the other day, remember I said somebody lying. Samson Lekowicz said that Canelo hasn't contacted them and they're not looking to face Canelo none in 2024. The WBC came out and said that Canelo and David has been talking and negotiating. Huh? So we like, yo, who somebody lying. Somebody got to be lying. And now this comes out. So PBC didn't just offer the $35 million guarantee for Munguia. We wondering about Benavidez. Now the news is they're offering $55 million for David Benavidez. $55 million for David Benavidez, fight fans. Make it make sense why he says no. Now this is the right move. Salute the Premier Boxing Champions for putting this out there. This is what we need to see right here. $55 million plus upside, I'm sure, fight fans. Plus upside. So who knows? We may be talking 60 to 65 million to face David Benavidez. So if Canelo Alvarez can come out here and say, I'm negotiating with Jaime Munguia. Well, here's and PBC is telling you we got $55 million for you for David Benavidez. What the problem is, ducking ass Canelo? What the problem is? This is insane. $55 million. This has the potential to be Canelo's biggest fight of his entire career at this point. Damn the Golovkin fights, which I'm sure has probably been his biggest with the Golovkin. I would say the Floyd, between the Floyd and the Golovkin, I would probably say the Golovkins though. He got paid more than in the Golovkins fight. This would probably blow them shits off the hinges. $55 million, plus I'm sure some good upside. But David, if Canelo shoots this down, bro, this is the biggest duck of all time, fight fan. You can't find another duck in the history of the sport that will be more bigger duck than this. $55+ million to fight David. And so now they saying that word on the curb is that David Benavidez is moving up to 175 now, to become the move up to 175 to fight for the WBC interim championship at 175 and to become the mandatory to Bivol and Beterbiev winner. That's a G-ass move. That's David, though. David has always been a G like that. That's a G-ass move, dog. And I'm sure when Canelo sees this, maybe David and his team is being real clever about all this. And because everyone knows when David moves up in weight, that's more than likely the time that Canelo would say, oh, no, I'll fight him now. You're going to have to come on back down to 160, 168, though. You know, that's what Canelo was waiting on, some sort of advantage. So maybe David announcing this so early out, this may make Canelo go, oh, he's moving up in weight. Okay, I got an advantage now. I can take advantage now. I can take advantage for $55 million. So maybe David is being some sort of clever about it, by them coming out saying that he's moving up. Either way it goes, it's still a G-like move. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I respect it. David Benavidez says that he's been in the ring and sparred Dimitri Bivol, and he sparred Artur Beterbiev. And he says he's gotten the best of him in the past. I think David's going to do very well at 175. Very well. We talked about this fight. I think he's going to do very well. I don't think, honestly, if he beats, and to me, he has the skill set that can beat a Bivol. Because he throws a lot of punches. He's dangerous. He's willing to hit you head, shoulders, knees, and toes. And if you're going to beat a technician, if you're going to beat a guy that's methodical and want to be, you got to get rough with him. And David is going to get super rough with a Dimitri Bivol. He ain't going to give him that cushion of moving around and sizing me up and staying at a distance and staying at range and using your feet. David going to walk him down. He's going to walk him down and try to beat him up. That's going to be tough. Now, I think if he was to get in there with a Beterbiev, that'd probably be a little tougher fight for him because Beterbiev's style is based in power, and David will have to walk through probably some hard-ass shots trying to walk down the Beterbiev. But I don't know. If he can take him, you know what I'm saying? If he can take him, that'd be tough, bro. That'd be tough. Rosson says Canelo the one that's taking all of the money in boxing, man. Yeah, bro. That's what bro. That's why I want him to get that high out of the way, bro. He's just being a con artist right now. Looking for the easiest lick. He just hustling. Oh, I can't get 35 million versus Jamal Charlo. He just got like what 30 plus million, 40 million for Jamal Charlo, and now you want one for Jamal Charlo. Meanwhile, at that point, he gonna have what, one fight left on his deal, and they better hope that they can pull that Benavidez fight. Nah, man, PBC ain't gonna put themselves at a disadvantage in a corner like that. Cuz we don't even need you whole time. They don't even need him. They can send Canelo along his Murray way and just build David as the next Canelo. You put David in there with a Morrell. You put David in there with the Bivol Beterbiev winning. Next thing you know, he the new Canelo. You could probably do it without having to fight him. That's why, that's why I'm happy that David is just gonna keep on doing what he doing, regardless of what Canelo want to do. Canelo ain't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. He looked at Demetrius Andrade, oh, you're a horrible fighter. Only for David had to come through and mop that up. So at the end of the day, David is just keeping on, moving like a G, beating on everybody, doing the right things. Ain't sitting around on some, let me wait on Canelo and hope and pray that he gives me the fight. Man, he fighting everybody. And that's why I respect him, bro. That's why I want him to take that mantle. He's the one, to me, now is deserving it. To me, Canelo is Canelo Hefner. He's made $1 gazillion. Now he's just looking to just keep on making money on the back of boxing fans with weak-ass fights. Oh, I'm the $35+ million man now, so I can just fight anybody I want. Forget us. Charge us top dollar for his fights, only to see him have to fight John Ryder and Callum Smith and the Smith brothers and Amir Khan and freaking Chavez Jr. Then when it comes to the one that I'm willing to pay not only the 80 or 90 for, hell, I give you 120, homie. Easy work. You won't even get into the ring. PBC got $55 million for you. You won't even entertain it. Bro, you better be choosing David for your next fight. Because this is the biggest duck of all times. This shit needs to be in the Guinness Book of World Records, sitting right there next to Thriller as the biggest duck of all time. This is insane, fight fans. Salute to the homie Dragon Leg that just pulled on up in here. Salute to you, champ. This is the biggest duck of all time. Imagine how many fights PBC could make with that $55 million. We could have definitely got the Crawford and Spence rematch. That's for damn sure. Man. All of those fighters they got sitting on the shelf waiting. That's facts. Mainly Gary Antoine Russell. Don't understand. Still don't see no plan for Gary Antoine Russell. And like I said before, man, I wouldn't be surprised if PBC is going down a road of slimming down. Slim business sometimes is better business. Y'all gotta understand. Sometimes maybe they feel like they got too many fighters. And we can't provide the dates no more. We're in a different situation now. They only got 12 to 14 dates per year. If they don't bring on a second broadcaster, fight fans, a lot of fights gonna get left in the cold. So maybe, I don't know for sure. I mean, and I think that people was wrong for criticizing them in their business decisions. They could be just want to go to a leaner outfit. Anyone ever thought about that? Maybe they don't want to walk around with 200+ fighters. Anybody ever think about that? Maybe they saying, you know what, to the ones who ain't producing, or to the ones who ain't we can't make no money off, y'all ain't kicking up no dust. I'll let you, bro. Look at Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia's out here in the public calling out Conor Ben. Hoping for a Conor Ben fight now. Salute to the homie D-Lo 44 Boxing that just pulled up. Salute to D-Lo. Salute, champ. Look at Danny Garcia. Danny out here calling out Conor Ben. Conor Ben, fight fans. Danny Garcia. Or is it Chris Eubank? No, it's Conor Ben. He calling out Conor Ben. Danny ain't no producer no more. Danny ain't, no one's checking for Danny no more. PBC just letting him off in the win. Man, look, if you find a fight, good for you. You know what I mean? If you don't, you don't. If you do, you do. We holler at you, bro. Look at my main man, Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder had to roll over there to the Saudis to get paid. That's a good decision. But he had to do what he had to do. Fight on another network. PBC probably looking at it like, look, Deontay Wilder, we took you as far as we can go. Got nothing for you no more, homie. You beat up on all of the mid-tier. You beat on all of the guys we got. You lost to a couple guys. There's nothing we can do for you at this point. And so they just allowing Deontay Wilder to go do what he does. That's not a sign of a company going out of business. That's not a sign of a company doing bad. That's a sign of a company saying, listen, you've been a great product for a long time. Very, very long time. But this is as far as we go. Sometimes that happens. That's not a bad thing. I don't understand when people be coming out with, oh, they're going broke. I told you. You've been telling us this shit for 10 years. You can't say in the 10th year, I told you so, I told you so. PBC has been around for 10 years. People running around, I told you so, I told you they were going broke. Bro, they have 10 successful years. So listen, man, they don't even make any sort of sense to me. So if they changing their business model to go to a slimmer model, and they can't accommodate all of these damn fighters. Salute to Keisha Sellers, just pulled on up in here. Sister Queen, I see you. Glad you riding with me tonight, Keisha. Salute. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. D-Lo says it's good to be in the fold, man. It's good to have the fold back. It's good to have the crew back, and it's good to see you out there, D-Lo. You already, man, my bro right there. Yes, sir. So yeah, man. I mean, I look at people that get on the PBC, man, and a lot of the guys is saying it's just haters of PBC. You know what I'm saying? Business models change over time. You know what I mean? Sometimes times are lucrative and they can go hard like they did in the early days, where they came in the game with 500 million, bought up all of the TV slots, raised the prices of their fighters, and next thing you know, in year 2 and year 3, they're receiving money from the TV, from the broadcasters at that point, because they invested in themselves in that first year, only to get 2 budgets at once upon a time, 2 good budgets on the biggest networks out there. So, you know, it is what it is, man. Only thing is, man, I just still want to know what's going on with Gary Antoine. There's clearly got to be some kind of plans in the works for him, because they not tossing him. And clearly Gary is not in bad spirits. So it's like, when are we going to see Gary Antoine Russell, man? Y'all need to step y'all promotion up of Gary Antoine Russell. Y'all promotion of him is piss poor. We need to be seeing him more. A lot more. Don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. Salute to Damone Dang was up in here. Damone, I hope all is well, champ. Salute, man. David Benavidez officially moved up to 175. Yeah, I heard, bro. Hey, look, man, speaking of that, you know, he's going to be facing Alexander Vazik, they say. It's a good fight, man. That's a real good fight. I love that fight. He can go up there and knock out Vazik. Vazik is like their little crew member. You know, they all one little crew up at 175. Once upon a time, it was Kovalev, Vazdik, it was Beterbiev, it was Bivol. All right, cool. My man moving up and just wiping out one of the crew members early. I like that. And he's going to be right in position to get the winner of that fight. And the winner of that fight is going to be hopefully undisputed, which means that David has an opportunity to go for an undisputed championship at a higher weight class, making him not only a 2-time champion, a 2-division champion, but also undisputed. It's a beautiful chess move. Beautiful. Canelo, old ducking ass Canelo, man. You ducking 55 million. Go fight Makabu. Maka who? Go fight Maka who? Don't make no sense, fight fans. This dude duck, and he's not facing David Benavidez in May. Bro, I don't want to hear shit else about no Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't like to talk about the real when it comes to Canelo. Y'all don't like to talk about his drug scandals. Y'all want to sweep that under the rug. You don't want to talk about the fact he fight at all of these catch weights. Y'all want to sweep that under the rug. You want to sweep under the rug. He takes everyone to a disadvantage. Sweep that on up under the rug. Sweep under the rug how he ducked David Benavidez. As soon as David Benavidez loses his belt, he fights Avni Yildirim and never revisits the WBC since, because David is next in line. Come on, bruh. Tell me I'm lying, fight fans. Please, somebody put the words in the chat. Let's see if you can do that. I don't think you can. My shit Trump tight. So I don't understand, fight fans. It just doesn't make any sort of sense whatsoever. 55 freaking million, bruh. They ain't even got to pay this man. They could just say, screw you, Canelo. Go fight whoever you going to fight over there on DAZN. Or go give Bob a call. Go find somebody to fight. Meanwhile, we pushing Benavidez towards all of the top fights. They can just go that route. They don't need Canelo no more. At this point, everyone sees him as a duck and as a coward. The only ones who gonna believe him are the ones who don't know no better, who just come around just to see Canelo fight. They don't know no better. I'm not faulting those fans. They only for one reason. Oh, we just know Canelo. That's it, and we love Canelo. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. Can't convince those folks. But for boxing fans as a whole, come on, man. We could just say screw all of this, man. We going straight towards David Benavidez. David can get in there with David Morrell, the winner of this fight. If he beats those two names, he is the new Canelo right there. If he either beats Beterbiev or Bivol, he beats Morrell, or after all of that's wrapped up, like Dragon Leg is saying, Munguia or Berlanga, you throw all of those in a blender, David Benavidez is the new cash cow. David Benavidez is the new cash cow. he gets 3 wins of that caliber like that, David Benavidez is the new cash cow. And no one's going to be able to, especially if Canelo was fighting Makahu. Canelo fighting Makahu while David Benavidez is moving up and facing, maybe even beat the guy that beat Canelo at once upon a time. So make it make sense, fight fan. Make it make sense. That man wanted to fight Yildirim so bad that he filed suit on everyone. Facts. Bro, he was pressing for that. The second that David lost that belt, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to do. And keep in mind, remember, D-Lo, like we always talk about, bro, he had another belt. He had that WBA, what was it, Reggie joint, right? So how is it that this dude can go for a vacant belt? A vacant belt in another sanctioning body that he went for that WBC. That used to be forbidden. For those who don't know, for those who may be new to the sport and say, man, what's the big deal? That once upon a time was forbidden. You could not be a belt holder or a champion in another sanctioning body and go for a vacant belt. You couldn't do it. The only ones that I've known in modern times to do it is Canelo Alvarez and Vasyl Lomachenko. That's it. Vasyl Lomachenko did the same thing at 140. I mean, at 135. Going for that vacant title when they did the franchise fiasco and so on and so forth. They're the only two that did it. You notice how all of these computers are failing since have been retired. All of these companies have been failing since Floyd has been retired. Floyd was a major revenue driver in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? He was like the LeBron, like LeBron is to the NBA. Like LeBron can literally tilt the whole economy of the sport by just jumping coast. He goes from Cleveland to LA. That just moves the whole economy of the NBA to the West Coast. Like wherever LeBron goes, that's where the money and power goes. And it's the same thing, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with Floyd. When Floyd was fighting, bro, he was so powerful, you know what I'm saying? Because he sold so much. He made so many people so much money. When you make a lot of people a lot of money, it brings you power. And that's what it was with Floyd. That's why Floyd is who he is with PBC. He was their probably main banker in the early days, getting Al Heyman off the ground. It was Floyd that brought Al off the ground. People had this notion like it was Al that brought Floyd off the ground. No. Al was in the music business, and he had Vernon Forrest. But he didn't take Vernon Forrest to the tippy top. Now, did he? It was Floyd Mayweather selling himself, talking that talk, doing them 24/7s, building that brand. And as we later on found out, investing his money back into the company. How much did he invest? That Conor McGregor fight did a lot of money. That Manny Pacquiao fight made a lot of money. How much did he invest? That's why he got so much power, because so many people, so much money. That's how it works, fight fan. That's how it works. So yeah, man, salute to my man David Benavidez. Real speed. WBC donated their belt for the Smith fight. That was a donation. Well, Canelo show got a lot of damn donations. Got a lot of damn donations, bro. I'm telling you, fight fans, this will be considered the biggest duck in history. If he ducks a $55 million+ payday to stay away from David. Miss me with the I'm not fighting. So confusing, bro. I'm not fighting a Mexican. Canelo comes out, I'm fighting an American. But right before that, Canelo says that he was negotiating with the Jaime Munguia side. I don't know. All I can say is this at the end of the day. If you're fighting an American, David Benavidez was born here in America. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's an American. He checks all boxes. Stop ducking catchweight Canelo. Stop ducking. Man. I like Canelo, but he don't generate the money I think that he do. It's kind of an illusion if you think about it. That's two companies now that said that they're not putting up with Canelo because of his competition. Hey, man. Facts. Facts. I can only imagine how much money that Eddie probably lost on Canelo. Because think about it, bro. Those fights that he had over there with Billy Joe Saunders and the Smith brothers, I mean, how much money was those fights really making? You know what I'm saying? Like those fights, bro, how much was those fights really making? I can imagine having to pay this dude that amount of money. Oh man, look, PBC is tired of it probably. And like I said, they don't have the infrastructure right now to keep doing this with Canelo. And it is the right decision. It's not PBC's. It's not a wrong move or make PBC look bad. It's actually a better move, and seeing them put their foot down. They're putting their foot down, fight fan. I like it. I really do like it. So let's push on, man. Let's push on, man. So we'll see how this all plays out. David Benavidez versus Oleksandr Vazdik. I will be covering that if this is going to remain official. I'll be doing many videos on that fight as well as live streams, fight fans. So get ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be covering David's next fight very extensively, and I cannot say the same about Canelo. It is what it. I'll cover his next fight, but I can't say I'm going to be covering it like I'm going to be covering Davis. And that's for sure. I mean, let's push on, man. Let's push on. Let's get to the big news of the day. Let's get to the big news of the day, fight. What is this about? What is this about? Somebody talk to me. Gervonta Davis next fight being agreed upon. Word on the curb coming from Mike Coppinger that it's going to be Frank Martin. Now, I caution everyone, once again, boxing media, I caution everyone, Mike Coppinger is a guy that covers ESPN and the ESPN fighters. How he's privy to the knowledge of what's going on with PBC, I don't know, you know. But whenever Mike Coppinger reports on PBC's new or business, I become skeptical sometimes. And y'all, we've seen in the past Floyd Mayweather coming out calling them out. We've seen Leonard Ellaby coming out calling them out, and many other guys from PBC. So if this sticks, then this is what it is. So we'll talk from this advantage of just the reporting that's out there. And so they're saying that we're going to be possibly getting Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin, man. Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin has agreed to a deal for a PBC pay-per-view fight in late spring, early summer for Tank's WBA lightweight title, sources tell ESPN. Davis's legal trouble sidelined him in the second half of last year, but now he's back versus a legitimate top 10 lightweight. Top 10 lightweight. Let's be sure about that. Last time we checked, Frank Martin was at the top of the charts. So 100, and we can put it on the screen for everyone to see. Let's see here. 40. Let's scroll down here. So we got Gervonta Tank Davis, the sole champion of the WBA at this current moment, which is it the super belt or is it not, man? Is it the super belt or is it not? It's inconsistency crap. This is the thing about this WBA stuff that I just hate, man. If you're going to have a super belt in the other divisions, you got to have it in all divisions. You can't say, oh, we'll have it in every division except this one, only because Gervonta Davis is there. This inconsistency crap don't make no sense, bro. This is why I never was on board with that WBC franchise crap. If you can't do it in every weight class, then it's not official. Simple. Simple. You can't just make up belts or say, oh, this is the rules here, but it ain't the rules there. Oh, you're undisputed with the franchise belt, but this guy's undisputed without the franchise belt at another weight class. Nah, it is what it is. Either way, Frank Martin is rated number 2 right here in the WBA. So, you know, everyone was over the last few months have been trying to do a process of elimination when it comes to Gervonta Davis and trying to figure out who his next fight was going to be. And this speaks volumes, man, about all of this face of boxing talk, because Gervonta Davis and Canelo Alvarez kind of went through the same thing. The whole boxing public trying to guesstimate who their next opponent is going to be because everyone wants to be first. So everyone can come out and say, oh, I told you so. I am the insider of insiders. Didn't I tell y'all? I have all of the sources known to man. I am source.com. I was first. You know what I mean? So whatever. You know what I'm saying? But my deal is, you know, this fight right here is not a bad fight. Not a bad fight. Everyone did the process of elimination, and this is the last man pretty much standing. Devin Haney's not available. Shakur Stevenson is over on another network. We know that that's not going to happen. Vasil Lomachenko and George Kambosos is fighting. Teofimo Lopez is now moved up in weight. Sabril Mateus is now went over to Matchroom. Who else did we leave out? Rolly Romero, and Rolly Romero is going to be facing Isaac Pitbull Cruz up here at 140 for the WBA. So basically, after all of those names kind of got removed out of the runnings, this left us with Frank Martin. And it seems like Frank Martin is the last man standing. So people looking at Frank Martin, they're saying, yo, main man. Now it makes sense why Frank Martin didn't take that Shakur Stevenson fight. Now I can give him a pass for not taking that Shakur Stevenson fight. I can't. That's y'all, bro. I don't think in them fashions. I don't give him no credit for ducking Shakur Stevenson. Hell nah. This ain't promise. Ain't nothing promised in boxing. You take the certainty while it's there. If you got certainty in your face and it's there, you take that shit, Holmes. You didn't know if this fight was gonna come around or not. Tank was on house arrest and all of this other stuff going on. You don't know that. So I'm glad he got and landed this fight if it sticks. I'm glad that he landed this fight. But no, it still was a foolish decision to back away from Shakur Stevenson. Who the hell is Frank? Frank is not in a position to be like big dog in the shit. No one knows who Frank Martin is. So no, I don't give him no pass for that. No, and I don't give him a pass for that whatsoever. This Tank Davis fight was not promised for no damn Frank Martin, bro. You know what I'm saying? At all. But either way it goes, I hope once again that he lands this fight. Now, this also takes the criticism off the table of Gervonta Davis not facing black fighters. It really does. You can't sit here and say that Gervonta Davis ain't facing no black fighters if this happens, fight fans. It's good stuff. Do I see this fight being in the typical, 500, 600, 700, 800,000 pay-per-view buys? No. I don't see this doing nowhere near what him and Ryan did. I say Gervonta Davis returning back to his normal numbers of 300,000, maybe 350,000 with this fight. But either way it goes, it's still going to be done as a big boy. He's going to be put on pay-per-view, and it's going to be in Vegas. As it should. As it should. Now, inside of the ring fight fans, you got Frank Martin, who's a southpaw. We all know Frank Martin is a decent fighter, slick guy, or slick, slow feet, in my opinion. The feet's not that fast, but real slick, good reflexes, good left hand. Pivot, not a mover, more of a always looking to make you turn, like to turn his opponents. Every time I see Frank Martin, he may take a couple steps back, but then he's turning. He's always looking to turn you. His biggest, I guess, con against him is that he takes time off in fights. Sometimes his output dips big time in a fight, and that may be a problem versus a Gervonta Davis. Now, the way I see this fight off the jump, one fight comes to mind. Adrian Bronner versus Emmanuel Taylor. Adrian Bronner versus Emmanuel Taylor. I think that this fight is going to go real similar to how that fight went. Adrian Bronner gets into this fight with Emmanuel Taylor, and it was a real close fight. Real close fight. Adrian Bronner dropped Emmanuel Taylor, I believe, I don't want to say it's the final round. Maybe it was the final round. But that's the one thing that kind of gave him the edge to get over the nod of that fight. I think we get a similar fight than what we had with Adrian Bronner and Emmanuel Taylor. And for those who didn't see that fight years ago, go back and watch it. Emmanuel Taylor wasn't the biggest, brightest star at the time. Adrian Bronner was. He was coming off that Marcos Maidana loss, so he was looking to kind of get his legs back under him. They put him in there with a slicker guy of Emmanuel Taylor down at 140. That's when he choked Emmanuel Taylor, or got the photo op looking like he choked Emmanuel Taylor. But Emmanuel was game in that fight. Very, very game. And if you look at how Emmanuel fought in that fight, he fought very similar to how Frank Martin fights. Very, very similar. Frank Martin is a more scoop back guy, get that space between them, like to get off fast combinations, set up his left hand. But once again, sometimes becomes too patient, output dips. Long stretches can go on in the fight before Frank picks his activity back up. That can keep Gervonta Davis in the fight. But Gervonta gonna have to be very aware of such a slick fighter in Frank Martin. Main man, was it Frank or the James style? I thought that it didn't complement his talents, in my opinion. Facts, I keep forgetting that he with Derrick James. Yeah. You know what? He needs that style more than ever to impose himself more methodically. He do. I forget he's with Derrick James now. So maybe seeing how their relationship is blossomed, we'll see how they come along. You know what I'm saying? That's a good point, though, bro. That's a really good point. His last fight, man, with that dude, Artem, bro, he could have dusted that guy. But, bro, Artem was a big puncher, clearly. But Frank was just taking off just too many moments in that fight. And I noticed that as a pattern with Frank over the course of a lot of his fights. He slows down. And he lets his opponent dictate too much. into a fight, and you can't let Gervonta Davis dictate and start walking you down and feeling like he the bigger man, start hitting you with big shots, and you just trying to counter or spin them and get shots off. That ain't gonna work, bro. That ain't gonna work. But once again, we still want to see Gervonta Davis in there with a slick black fighter, and this would check those boxes. They will Texas. They have sparring history. They got sparring history. Yeah, well, that Tank tell it. I'm sure that Tank would tell you that he got the best of Frank Martin. And that Frank tell it, I'm sure he'll tell a different story. Now this would honestly take Tank's resume to the next level. Like I've been telling y'all for months, maybe years at this point. Gervonta Davis's resume is well sorted out. You know what I mean? So it's like, dog, y'all clown his resume. I don't clown it no more. I can't clown it no more. I would be a hypocrite to clown Gervonta Davis's resume. Especially knowing fighters like Devin Haney is so big in weight. So all of those years of criticizing Gervonta Davis about being a weight bully and overpowering this guy and well, shit, look like other fighters are doing it, but they just don't get the same level of criticism. Not to mention everyone on Gervonta Davis's resume is being sorted out. Shit, even Frank. Shakur wanted to fight Frank. Everyone, people want to fight Leo Santa Cruz. Mario Barrios is rumored to be in fights with all of these other fighters, Jerome Boots Ennis, and so on and so forth. Everyone that Tank's fought has became somebody after they fought Tank. Look at these Pitbull Cruz. Best claim to fame is almost or having some successful moments against Tank. This led to big fights for him. It's like, yo, something special about this dude Tank. Like you fight him, even if you lose, you become a bigger name. Look at Rolly. Rolly become a champion after losing to Gervonta Davis. How the hell does that happen, fight fans? How do you become a champion after you face Tank? Oh, because your star has been risen by just losing to Gervonta Davis? That's crazy, champ. I don't know if I've ever seen a time where you lose to someone, even if though they popular, you become a bigger name. Floyd kind of had that a little bit. I'm trying to think. Did Floyd beat on someone and still made them famous? Did he beat on somebody just by beating on them made them famous? I don't know. But I know one thing. With Gervonta Davis, that's clearly the case. Everybody who Tank fights end up coming out, win, lose, or draw, a much bigger name. You would hope that Ryan would keep his streak going. You know what I mean? Given that he got slumped by Gervonta Davis. Rolly got the biggest gift in 2023, man. Facts, Damone. Still getting gifts. Ain't nothing changing. And I feel bad for these Pitbull Cruz. Man, y'all better be watching them judges. Dead Game Boxing says Robert Guerrero. I don't know, man. Guerrero name started soaring after that. After he beat my guy. How's his name eluding me right now? The Haitian. I hate when that happens, bro. I'm just having a brain freeze right now. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The Haitian. Floyd fought him in the end. Andre Berto. After the Andre Berto fight, it was like Guerrero's name started to kind of rise up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I'm getting old. How did I forget Andre Berto's name? Damn, I'm getting old. Yeah, thanks, D-Lo. Yeah, I'm getting old, bro. God damn. But yeah, it's like his name started to soar after the Berto fight. Floyd, don't get me wrong, the ass whooping that Floyd put on him kind of gave him a better name, but I say Marcos Maidana beat AB. Marcos Maidana beat AB, so you can't say Maidana. I don't know if Floyd gave somebody an ass whooping and made him a bigger name, because Floyd already fought guys that had names. Yeah, everybody he fought kind of already had names. Even Luis Castillo. Even Castillo had a name somewhat. Diego Corrales had a name. Yeah, I don't know. Tank out here beating people and they losing and they getting bigger names. You know what I'm saying? Don't make no sense. I want to see Gary Antoine Russell, the boogeyman at 140. I want to see that too, homie. I want to see Gary Antoine Russell run through all these dudes, bro. I wish PBC give him some direction. How do you not give this dude no direction, homie? Don't make no sense. Guerrero made Berto look like the fly and served me crow. Yeah. He really did. I thought that Berto was going to pull that out too. And then they just run it back. They ran it back. What, a few months ago? That was a few months ago. And Guerrero beat him again. Guerrero beat him again a few months ago. I just thought about that. Yeah, they did have like a little rubber match or a grudge match. Berto was trying to, recoup all of the losses that he had got. Remember, he beat up on Ortiz, and he was hoping to do the same thing against Guerrero. Man, Guerrero beat the crap out of Andre. But either way it goes, man, this is a decent fight, though. I will say, fight fans, this is a decent fight. I like the fight. It wasn't my first choice. I can't say I'm like jumping out of my seat over the name. It's lukewarm. I mean, it's going to take some convincing from a lot of the Tank fans to remind people who Frank Martin really is. At least the people that support Tank. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people casual fans that support Tank, they may not know who Frank Martin is, and they may perceive him to be a bum. Frank is not a bum. He's never held the belt, but he's hungry. You know what I'm saying? He's slick, and he's a handful. He's a handful for anybody. So I'm expecting a really, really good fight. I think that Gervonta Davis should be able to pull this out, though, once again, due to the fact that Frank Martin just takes off so much time in a fight. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to do better. If this do better numbers than Devin and Ryan, bro, nobody can never say nothing about Tank's drawing power. That means that Ryan Garcia ain't had nothing to do. I ain't gonna say nothing. The matchup does make sense on paper, but you know what I'm saying. Like, all of that was done because of Gervonta Davis, and it's the same thing with Bud, like what it is with Bud Crawford. And for those who want to call in, I'm gonna hang around for a little while. Fight fans, ring me up if y'all want to talk some boxing. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like Bud Crawford. You put him in a ring with a quality dance partner, and you gonna make magic. It's the same way with Gervonta Davis. That Ryan Garcia fight was built. Everyone else that Tank has fought, no one really asked for. But the numbers still was solid, but no one asked for. Nobody ain't asked for no Leo Santa Cruz or no Isaac Pitbull Cruz. None of that. Ryan and Dev does 500. I say more like 3. I say 3, and that's being generous. I say 3. They not even they moved that fight from Vegas to the east to the Barclays, bro. They can't play with the big boys play. They can't play with the big boys play. So I'd say 3. You know what I mean? I think this only gonna do about 350. Who be told? If this do more than 3 to 350, that far exceeds my expectations. I'm only expecting for this to do 3 to 350. And like I always tell people, because I know, like, I had a conversation a week or so ago here on the channel. Man, that ain't big time numbers. Granted, it ain't big time numbers. But in the era that we currently in, ain't nobody else doing it, other than Canelo Alvarez. Who else is doing numbers like that? Everybody diss the numbers on Crawford and Spence. Hey, listen, man, we in an era of piracy, bro, where it's so easy to steal a fight and watch a fight, of course. So, yeah, the numbers are not what they used to be when Floyd and Manny was fighting. But I guess the new normal, to a certain degree, you doing 350 to 450, that's a success in nowadays times. And also a major difference from today and yesteryear, they was not charging us $80, $90 a pay-per-view in yesteryear. It wasn't the case. It was $59.99. You know what I'm saying? Now, when Floyd came around in Fort Manny, that rose the prices of pay-per-views, and they ain't went back down since. Really. So everyone felt like they can charge that. So, yeah, they charging more. They got less people, but they're charging more money. So it's like it's balancing itself out. You know what I mean? Real spill. A Tank versus Ryan should do better. Both have been on pay-per-view, but who knows? Yeah, Tank versus Ryan did do better. Oh, you saying Tank versus you must meant to say Tank versus Frank. Oh no, Tank versus Ryan should do better. Tank versus Ryan? You mean Devin versus Ryan should do better because they both been on pay-per-view, but who knows? Yeah, they should. But I mean, I'm just looking at how this reporting is coming out. How like I say, one article they on pay-per-view, the next article they're saying that it's going to be on worldwide, DAZN, which is their way of saying it's going to be on pay-per-view, maybe or maybe not. In some articles, some saying it's going to be international and it's going to be on pay-per-view here in America. It's just so much going around about it. And it's like, yo, for all of these changes to be considered like that, that means something along the way is people are looking at it like, yo, man, this ain't hitting all cylinders right now. You know what I'm saying? Changing the venue. Vegas, Vegas is the big fights. Changing the venue like that, taking it over here to the Barclays, which is not a shit venue or nothing like that, but it just shows signs like, dog, is this shit having, like, it's not going to do the numbers y'all expecting it to do? Tank shit is gonna roll out smooth. You know where he gonna be at. You know he in Vegas, and you know he gonna be on pay-per-view, no doubt. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Oh, Dev versus Ryan. Okay, yeah, they both been on pay-per-view. You would think. Hopefully it should do well. It's just I don't know, man. I hope so. I'm wishing the best because I want to see us get to a point where we can get that situation big enough for a Devin versus Tank or crossovers. You know what I mean? I want us to get to that point, but we know it takes two to tango to do something like that, especially with two black fighters. Especially with two black fighters. No black and Mexican, no American and British fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, in order to do it with two black fighters like this, the cross networks, both got to be all fucking cylinders. You know what I mean? And until we get there, unless that happens, or unless Devin Haney goes over to what Gervonta Davis is, that's the only way we're going to even somewhat have a remote chance. Al Heyman should not have had the fight the same day as the UFC. I think that he sabotaged that fight on purpose. It was plenty of open dates around that time to not compete with the UFC. Yeah, real spill. Bad business move, bro. I tell you one thing, though. Like I said before, man, they could, even this fight right here, hear me and hear me clear. Hear me and hear me clear, fight fans. You can do Tank versus Frank, two black fighters, but you won't do Tank versus Gary Antoine Russell. I think that would have been bigger than this. I ain't gonna say I think. That would have been bigger than this. I would have started the campaign, homie. We talking night and day. We talking wall-to-wall coverage every day, 7 days a week. I would have been talking about that. Blowing it up as far as I can blow it up. Fight fan. I mean, nonstop. Coming from several different angles. That would have been a fight I would have been thoroughly intrigued with, man. I wouldn't have wanting to stop covering that fight. Why do this when you could have easily done Tank versus Gary Antoine Russell? I don't understand it. None of this don't make no sense. Gary is a more explosive fighter than Frank can ever be. Ever be. Him and Tank in the DMV, we know that's a guaranteed winner. Guaranteed. Ain't gotta be no love lost. The problem is that Gary ain't built yet, and they know that he'll knock off Tank, and then they'll be left with having to build Gary. That's what it is. Y'all don't want to call it. Nobody don't want to call it for what it is. Real boogeyman of box. You know what I'm saying? Is Eddie Hearn and Bill Haney the best promoters in the game right now? Facts. Not Bill Haney, but I'd say Eddie Hearn. Bill Haney, I don't consider him a promoter. I consider him more of a manager. But then again, I guess he's a promoter. Yeah. I gotta definitely give it to Eddie. I'd say Eddie is number one. Eddie number one in the game. He don't even have the greatest fighters in the world. What makes him number one is the way he covers his fighters. In the way that even when his fighters are not fighting, he's still talking about them. And he does this every single interview. In the early days, I got to be honest, I didn't understand Eddie's strategy. I was like, what is you doing? Everything was about him. Raising his profile. But then over time, I started to understand, oh, he's raising his profile so he can raise the profile of everybody behind him. Because if you come in to check for Eddie, you're going to have to hear what Eddie got to say. And all he's doing is talking about his fighters. I respect it. I respect it. I don't like some of the underhanded tricks that Eddie like to pull. Eddie sometimes say some shit that'll make no sense, but truth be told, ain't nobody out promoting Eddie right now. Ain't nobody out promoting. Eddie done got his fighters from under situations that most fighters wouldn't have been able to get from under. Conor Ben for one. If Conor Ben didn't have an Eddie Hearn behind him, Conor would have fell to the wayside. Dillian White in his B sample, if he didn't have an Eddie Hearn behind him, man, Dillian White would have got plucked to the wayside. Easy. Eddie has pulled strings for his fighters. In the UK, they may not be hot over here, but I'm fully aware over in the UK, we see two different medias. And over there, they're probably smoking hot. I can imagine. I got to call some of my homies from over in the UK too, man. I'm going to ring some phones over there. Now, I got some homies over there that know the boxing game. I need them to take a temperature for me. You know what I'm saying? If I could call, I would, but I've been up since 3 in the morning trying to line that bed. Oh, no, I totally understand, bro. And that goes for anybody. If y'all can't call at night, it's totally, hey, it's all good. You know what I mean? I'll be live all weekend. I'm the for those who ain't been noticing, my schedule has kind of changed a little bit. Y'all notice I come on more so towards the end of the week and cover over the weekends. That's been fitting out better for me and my schedule. Trying to come on Mondays, that's always been a no-go for me. Tuesdays is tough. Wednesdays is actually a little tough too. Thursdays is not as tough, but from Thursday through Sunday I'm starting to get more time on those days in order to cover the sport. So if y'all don't see me in the early goings of the week, just know that, from Thursday through Sunday is more so times when you'll see Mainman Mademan. You know what I mean? And if y'all can't call in on the Thursday show, more than likely we'll have a Friday show. And if you can't call in on the Friday show, we'll probably throw a Saturday show. And we definitely gonna always have a Sunday. So if you can't call in tonight, I totally understand. It's a weekday, it's a weeknight. It's totally understand. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna keep y'all up too late tonight. You know what I mean? We're gonna get ready to shut it on down right about here. That's pretty much all of the boxing news that I wanted to cover tonight. Maybe we'll talk some other stuff about this fight. I'll sit down and I'll go over some Frank Martin stuff. I'll go over some Gervonta Davis stuff, and we'll sit down and see how these styles are going to compare versus each other. Like I said before, I can't say I'm jumping over the moon over this fight. I can't say that, oh, yes, he's facing Frank Martin. Not even going to see him act that way. There's other fighters I would have preferred to see him fight, but this ain't no crap fight either. You know what I'm saying? And once again, at least it shields Gervonta Davis from criticism of not fighting no black slick fighters. You know what I'm saying? And so, we'll see it works. I would have preferred Gary Antoine Russell, but PBC is going to have to come out real soon, and provide us an answer for Gary Antoine Russell fight fan. So with that being said, I'm going to get on up out of here, man. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock over here on the East Coast. So we've been going for about a good hour and a half. That's good enough for me for the night, man. I'll be back sometime tomorrow, more than likely early, sometime tomorrow afternoon. So if y'all want to come on through tomorrow afternoon, we will be live sometime tomorrow afternoon. And we also will be looking to go live for sure on Sunday. And we'll try to do something on Saturday. I mean, we're going to be stepping up our efforts towards the end of the week because that's just a better time for me to cover some things. You know what I'm saying? I want to say thank you to everyone that rocked out on tonight's episode. Hit that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up. I really, really appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. And much love, man. Much love. Damone says, yo, man, if Tank is fighting Frank, he could have fought Shakur. If Tank is fighting Frank, he could have fought Shakur. But nah, I mean, ain't no network divide. Ain't no network divide between Tank and Frank. Between Tank and Shakur, that fight ain't nowhere near big enough to do a ESPN, Amazon Prime crossover. Nowhere near. You know what I'm saying? We already knew that Tank's next fight was going to have to come out of the PBC stable. They just don't got the cash, bro. I mean, maybe they do got the cash. I don't know what they got. People speculating that they don't got the cash. Maybe they do, and they just want to spend their bucks a little bit more wisely. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. A fight like this, they will have to pay Gervonta Davis, I'm sure, a good payday. But in Frank's case, you ain't got to really give him much. You ain't got to give him much. You can just give him a little something, couple $1 million, and he's happy with that. That's not nothing to say a Shakur who's going to want $10+ million to face a Gervonta Davis, and Bob ain't going to try to pay that shit. We couldn't even get Bud and Spence. We couldn't even get Bud and Spence from ESPN and PBC. Y'all know damn well we not going to get no damn Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. It's just not going to happen. Devin and Tank versus Devin, $1 million pay-per-view. I tell you what, though, man. I mean, I hope they eventually get, like I said, I hope we get to that point. I'm not, then again, you know what? I'm going to be honest with y'all, bro. Before I get ready to get out of here. If Devin and Tank, because I don't know how fucking long this shit going to take. Y'all going to be covering this shit for the next 5-6 years. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how long that this is going to take. But my deal is once Gary Antoine Russell gets in the mix, all of this stuff is going to break up. I'm telling y'all, champ. Y'all feel that way today. If PBC gets Gary Antoine Russell in the mix, Devin going to be out the door. Devin ain't going to look his way. And if they put him on Tank, it's a wrap. I'm telling y'all, bro. I'm telling y'all. I don't know if we even get to the point of getting Tank versus Devin if Gary Antoine Russell gets in the mix. Because once again, I don't want a week to go by. I don't show y'all this. Oh, shit, hold on. I don't want a week to go by. I don't show y'all this. But my boy is right there in position to be challenging Devin Haney. He better hope that Gary doesn't get to him before. I mean, that he better hope that Gary don't get to him before they get to that tank fight. That's all I'm going to tell you. Eventually, there's going to come a time where if Devin Haney is still at 140, there's not going to be no way he can go. There's not going to. And listen, this fight right here, Sando Martin, I guess they worked out a step-aside agreement for him, right? He's still in position. Here's my deal, WBC. Why ain't we talking about Sando Martin versus Gary Antoine? Why ain't we talking about Sando Martin versus Gary Antoine Russell? If they can pull that, man, listen here, bro. That means that Gary can wipe out Sander and be the mandatory. And be the mandatory to Devin Haney. And at this point, we ain't talking about no Tank Davis, no nothing. We talking about Devin and Gary. And that's the most scariest notion for the Haneys right there. You want to spook a Haney fan? Say this name. Guarantee you they won't have nothing to say to you. You want to spook a Haney fan, just say the words Gary Antoine Russell. They will back down. They better back down. I better not find out no Haney fans around here talking bad about Gary Antoine Russell. They better back down. I'm going to talk that shit. They better back down. And I'm telling you, Richardson Hitchens, I don't see him being a problem. I don't think he gets into the mix. I think Richardson goes another route. Mainly against maybe a Sabril Mateus. I think Richardson is going to go another route. He's still highly over here. You know, matter of fact, him and Teo. And he got Barboza and Jose Ramirez in front of him. I mean, Richardson Hitchison got fights all over the place on his side of the street. As well as Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying? As well as Devin Haney, but I just don't think that he'll wait around long enough for that. We can get Sando Martin versus Gary Antoine Russell. Because he just took that step aside, so he got nothing to do. That's all we need, fight fan. And then that's the end of Devin Haney versus Gervonta Davis, and I'm going to make sure of that. I'm going to kill it. I'm going to dead it all, fight fan. I promise you. I'm going to put a cold blanket on all of this shit. I'll be going around to all of you Tank channels, and I'll be coming around to all of you Haney channels, and I will be reminding y'all that Gary Antoine Russell is in the mix. Real talk. Y'all ain't seen Mainman step off the channel in quite some time. For those who ain't rolled with me in my early days, that's how Mainman got down. And when my Mainman Gary Antoine Russell takes that mantle, I will be doing that. I'm shutting down all this shit. I'm shutting it all down. And I want to see these fans talk that talk versus Gary Antoine. I bet you they won't. That's the horse that I'm riding in on. DC all day. And I'll be going to the gym too, fight fan. I will be going to the Russell gym. They're 20 minutes up the road, up the highway. 20 minutes, literally. 20 minutes and I'm 20 minutes and I'm there. And I got homies in that gym. I'll be taking that trip up the road. We will be getting Gary on the channel. I promise you. I just need him to step up one more spot. One more spot. Gary Antoine versus Boots can happen. Boots doesn't like pressure, and Antoine will pressure him, man. Facts. Boots is another one. I always go down this line. Boots is another one. I keep on talking that who that Jerron Ennis going to fight. Yeah, keep clout chasing Terrence Crawford, all of that. I love the Cody Crowley fight. We was talking about that earlier. All of that's great. That's beautiful, beautiful. Earl Spence way down here. You know what I'm saying? All beautiful, beautiful. My man moves up, and Jerron Ennis got problems. The man that beat Jerron Ennis in the amateurs got problems. Jerron Ennis got problems. He will feel the pressure of Gary Antoine Russell. And Damone said it best. Pressure busts pipes, bro. And the pressure of Gary, I believe, you know, we ain't seen Jerron Ennis deal with pressure like that. Haven't seen him deal with it. We seen him deal with the Karens of the world. Great. Cody Crowley's going to be right there to be hit. Great. But you ain't seen no pressure like Gary Antoine Russell brings. Getting up underneath punches. Hitting you to the body. Hitting you everywhere. Can't stop. Won't stop. Young. Doesn't get tired. When the last time you seen Gary Antoine Russell tired? When the last time you seen Gary Antoine Russell out of shape? You haven't seen it. That picture doesn't exist. That video doesn't exist. Sharp, ring rat. I mean, gym rat. Gym rat, 24/7. warrior code going all through his veins. Listen to when he talks. I know sometimes when he talks, he loses some of y'all. He like, yo, man, what is he talking about? He's talking about the art of being hit and the art of not being hit and how warriors do and okay, that's a different mindset that y'all don't know nothing about. But I tell you who do know about it, Shakur. I tell you another fighter that knows about it, Gervonta. They know all about that man's mindset, and they felt that man's pain. Stop playing with me, Joe. I'm coming for all of y'all when this is all said and done. Oh, y'all ain't seen shit. Y'all seen what we did with Terrence Crawford. Y'all ain't seen shit yet. I'm taking Gurry all the way to the top. Hear me and hear me clear. You Haney fans are going to be mumbling when I'm done with y'all. Who the Gurry beat? Who the Gurry fight? Who the Gurry beat? Who he beat? He ain't beat nobody. Okay, cool. That's what y'all going to be resorted to because y'all ain't got nothing else. You don't got a picture. You don't got a video. You don't got an article. You don't got nothing. Same way you ain't had nothing on Bud. Okay, cool. See, if I didn't already know what I know, that maybe most of y'all don't know, maybe I wouldn't be talking as confident. But there's some things that I do know. 100. About some of your favorite fighters in Gary Antoine Russell. It's something I do. You notice they don't ever talk about sparring with Gary Antoine Russell? You notice they don't never, no sparring videos never leak out between Gary Antoine and nobody else? Have y'all noticed that? And have y'all noticed that? Have y'all noticed that Shakur Stevenson has the utmost respect for Gary Antoine? You got to ask yourself why. I would love to see a boxing reporter sit in front of Shakur as well as Tank and Devin and Teo for that matter and just say, how do you feel about Gary Antoine Russell? I guarantee you not one of them would diss him. That's my word. Not one of them would say, man, he ain't shit. Not one of them would say, man, I ain't thinking about that. I guarantee they're going to get mush mouth. Well, I ain't got nothing to say about him. I ain't got nothing to say. He ain't fought nobody yet. That's all I can tell you. He ain't fought no one. Guarantee you. Sit him in front of Boots. What's Boots going to say? Well, I got respect for him. That's all you're going to get. You won't get no disses. I repeat, no hashtag, no disses. You won't get no disses. I'm telling you, I'm coming for y'all. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. I'm going to be blasting this man. He is the future of the sport, in my opinion. The future. That man beat Victor Postal, easy work. Stop first man and stop Victor Postal. My man, Bud Crawford is a knockout artist, the best in the game, second to none. Second to none, right? How many was it? 13, 14, 15, 20? I don't know how many knockouts he on, knockout streak he on. He couldn't stop Victor Postal, though. Meanwhile, Gary Antoine Russell knocked it, man, stopped his ass. Say what you want about the ref and all of that. Now, man, look, stopped his ass. Francis Bartholomew never been stopped. Stopped his ass. Stopped his ass. Robert Easter Jr. ran for the hills. Before Robert got into the situation he got into, Robert wasn't even daring looking towards Gary Antoine Russell. We was calling for that fight. Where was Robert Easter Jr.? Why these boys want to act like Gary Antoine Russell doesn't exist? PBC, why did y'all remove him from every freaking sanctioning body, every single one of them, except the WBC? What is your ultimate plan, PBC? Is he the one that y'all betting on to wipe this guy out? Or what's going on here? Make it make sense to me, fight fans. D-Lo says Crowley been on the shelf since last March. Ouch. Ugh. He gonna get his ass whooped, bro. He gonna get his ass whooped. Mr. All Hell Breaks Loose says, main man salute. Remember when Canelo dared to be great? This duck of El Bandado Roja will never be forgotten. Man, I hope not, bro. I hope Canelo fans are starting to wake up. Just wake up, man. And realize that this man is afraid of David Benavidez. And yes, I said afraid. He's afraid. This is afraiddom. This dude is ducking and dodging. Bro, this is just cowardice at its finest. He don't fight David, it's ducking. It's cowardice. So y'all can call it whatever you want. That's all I see. That's all I see. But at the end of the day, bro, yeah, my man coming for the future. A man is definitely coming for this. Russell be having these people under immense pressure, stress, and confusion. He don't give you a chance to think. All of that trying to, Gervonta Davis, the problem that he would have in having a Gurry inside of his chest. Gurry is big. Big. And he's a wrecking machine. Head, shoulders, knees, toes. You don't want to get hit in the arms too much. You don't want to get hit in your elbows too much by this dude. Gervonta Davis would have to be the absolute best version of himself that he has ever been in his entire career. He got to be hitting on all cylinders. And I'm talking all 12 rounds. Devin Haney, same thing. All of that, you putting people on the end of your jab, shit. Talking about somebody that gets up under the jab. Under the jab. And then that shit that Pacquiao used to do. Get up under you and that's Gary Antoine Russell. Who we moving around the ring, it sounds like scissors and shit. Moving all up under punches and all that. Shit, man. I can't wait, bro. Just let my boy in. Like I said before, this speaks volumes. PBC, y'all don't have him nowhere else. How? He once upon a time was in the WBA. He is in no other sanctioning body, fight fan. I want everyone to see this. He is in no other sanctioning body, which means he is on the heels of Devin Haney, at least of right now. Maybe this is why Devin Haney was talking about moving up. Now it makes sense. Oh, they want to go to 147 because Gurry is on that ass. And they know it. They know after this next fight, however it go, unless they do a unification, or maybe Subriel Mateus, that's the only way they're going to get bailed out. Which, once again, you see, why did you let Subriel Mateus leave the damn outfit? Why would you do that? You definitely gave Haney an out with this if they make that work. And most importantly, you took an opponent from Gary Antoine Russell and you took an opponent from Gervonta Davis. Subriel Mateus versus Gervonta Davis is damn near 1 million pay-per-view buys, in my opinion. Real spiel, at least 700 to 1 million. How do you let that walk out the damn door? Subriel Mateus versus Gary Antoine Russell is fight of the year. It's fight of the year. Those two styles collide, man. Somebody going to sleep for sure. And I think it'd be Subriel. I just think they did, Devin Haney do got to out with this now that I think about it. If they do that Subriel Mateus fight and Devin Haney unification, that's nothing that no one can do in the WBC. That sucks. And that's PBC's fault. That's PBC's fault. And if that happens, then we doing Gary Antoine versus Sander Martin. Let's go. Or we'll do Richards and Hitchens if he in the way. If he in the way, Richards and Hitchens can get it. Richards and Hitchens can't handle no Gary Antoine Russell, and I like Hitchens. I like him a lot. He's a good boxer, but he ain't fucking with no Gary. He ain't messing with Gary. He can get it. Catterall about to go face Josh Taylor. Arnold Barboza's on the other side of the street. Come on, man. What are we doing with Gary here, bro? What is the story here? Well, I'm waiting. I am waiting, and I'm watching on a daily basis. He moves up one spot. He moves down one spot. I will know, fight fans. All right, with that being said, let me get on up out of here. I'm supposed to been gone messing with y'all, man. Salute, man. When I get to talking about Gary, man, I can do this shit all night. Real spiel, man. But I'm on up out of here, man. Fight fans, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up, man. I know y'all got to go get up for work in the morning. So we'll talk later. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be blessed out there, man. Remain stress and sucker free. Remember, fight fans, the devil is everywhere. Omnipresent. He wants you sad. He wants you depressed. He wants you thinking that you are not more than a conqueror when you are that and then some. The power lies within you, fight fans. You go out there and be great. See y'all in the next one, man. To the next video. Peace out.